So this little clip right here has been dominating social media for the past few days. On its face, I even thought it was a little racist. I was like, my boy, what is you doing? And then I watched the whole video and saw it was a Lion King parody showing Trump as the king of the jungle with all these silly ass Democrats. More importantly, y'all, this shit was made last year. You see, liberals these days don't even take 5 minutes to do a lick of research. All that fancy book learning, all them papers you had to write, you had to find sources that were reputable and cite them in your bibliography. But when things are actually kind of important, you won't do 5 minutes worth of research. You won't do a lick of research. Gmo, none of y'all are dumb. And then you big companies, you big creators, you big news outlets don't even have the integrity to be like, I overreacted, my bad, I'll do better next time. It's because y'all suck. More importantly, liberals are always worried about the wrong thing. Y'all remember when Trump was talking about putting the National Guard all over the cities where they're riddled with bullets, where there's violent crime? All the black Democrats were like, no, that's racist. You can't have National Guard and troops occupy the city. Doesn't that sound like a damn criminal? The videos was coming out of Washington, D.C. and everywhere. People were walking around. Brothers was happy as hell walking around. In Memphis, when he put them troops in Memphis or whatever, National Guard, everybody was happy except the damn criminals. That's the problem with my community. Y'all love the criminals more than you love regular people. You love violent music more than you love setting an example. Sorry as hell. Y'all sorry. Y'all know how violent Chicago is. Y'all know all the statistics. Y'all know if you ain't from here, you don't want to come live here. You know what time it is. But for some reason, since it was Trump, you didn't want people occupying the city. Why? Maybe this girl will still be alive.
From all indications, there were multiple shooters who fired dozens of shots, perhaps more than 50. Remarkably, all of those bullets missed a baby who was sitting in the car that was targeted.
Investigators remained at the scene well after nightfall at this corner littered with shell casings, where somehow a baby in this bullet-riddled car emerged unscathed.
What's the purpose of shooting at a car when you know there's a child in the car? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it could be a lot of other people who's lost their life here today.
Kirk Bell is the godfather of 26-year-old Gabryel Ayres, who relatives identify as the woman who was shot and killed in her white Chevy sedan around 1:30 p.m. at 79th and May Street, her car then crashing into a van.
This here is unbelievable. This young lady was a beautiful young lady with a beautiful child, and life just cut short. For what?
Ayres' boyfriend in the car also shot multiple times, but her 13-month-old baby daughter, who was sitting in the back, escaped unhurt.
It's a miracle.
While this is a tragedy, I will say with all due respect to her godfather and to her people, she was on Facebook talking crazy, talking about somebody dead relative, and they was really beefing. You know, when I first moved back to the city a long time ago, I heard this terrible story. It really messed me up. It's this 14-year-old girl. She got shot over some Facebook beef by another little girl. She was only 14. I'll never have kids out here. But I say that to say this young lady, I don't understand why women are so aggressive out here. It's a real problem that Chicago women have. They're so aggressive, especially towards men or when talking to men, about men, and they behave like men. Like, that's some real thug, toxic, masculine activity, is making fun of somebody's dead relatives. And you're a girl. You were a girl. Ladies, please start being girls again. Because when you jump out in that water, it's water. They made it rain on her car. Listen to this. overkill drill. After she know, like, it's a miracle that baby survived. Because after they was done, like, they hit the car with the boom, 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 made the car wreck, then walked the car down, boom, 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 boom. Then they got in the car, rolled by the car again, and was bah, 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 bah. But y'all had a problem with Trump bringing in the National Guard, though, right? Trump's such a bad guy, right? You know, despite how Trump could feel about black people based on the negative things that we bring to the table, this is how he actually feels about black people.
African Americans built this nation. You built this nation. You know, you're just starting to get real credit for that. Okay, I don't know if you know that. You're just starting to get, you built the nation. We all built it, but you were such a massive part of it. Bigger than you were given credit for. Does that make sense? Right?
Black people, this is why I have zero respect for how y'all think as a whole, as a hive mind, and I respect individuality. I've never heard a president say that. I've never heard Barack Obama say no shit like that. Barack Obama did bills for Asians, the ubiquitous, everybody else except us, with his black ass. Y'all call me a coon. Trump gave $500 million to HBCUs. He pledged $500 million to HBCUs. And they're so stupid at HBCUs, they ran the people off campus when they had MAGA hats on. Because they're stupid. And the administration came out and said they did nothing wrong. Because they're stupid. The adults are stupid. Ain't no other president ever pledged $500 million to HBCUs. Stupid. Overly stupid. More importantly, y'all are so stupid. Black people loved Trump until the R in the parentheses. As soon as you saw R in parentheses beside his name, all of a sudden he became a racist. You're stupid. You're beyond stupid. You let Democrats tell you what to think. Charlemagne the God's idiotic ass let Joe Biden tell him to his face, well, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. You let this old white man, who's been on the record saying several atrocious things about black people, tell your black ass,
if you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
But I'm a coon. I actually think these days being called a coon is a term of endearment, because the only people who fix their mouth to call people like me a coon are you hard R's that want to excuse ignorance and hard R activity. So if you call me a coon, it says way more about you than it will ever say about me. More importantly, I constantly quote Rick Sanchez. Your boos mean nothing. I've seen what makes you cheer. And by the way, liberals, Democrats, you also worried about Trump and this Monkey Obama video that was a Lion King parody that was made last year. And y'all worried about ICE. Y'all always worried about the wrong shit. You need to fix your own damn house.
Cisgender is a made-up word. Cisgender that means nothing. Do not call me cisgender. I am a woman. This gentleman sitting next to me, he is a man. That's who he is. All we have to do is look at what happened during the Paris Olympics, where we watched a dude beat the hell out of a woman in a boxing match, and we have people on the other side of the aisle who actually believe that that is okay. That man is not.
Next video.